Hey guys, welcome back to Yourstory.com. As usual, the weekend's always fun. But guys, it's not fun if you're not taking care of your children or yourself. You got to learn technology in this age of AI and machine learning. And we are going to build you a robot today. And I've got Tarun Bala, who's going to help you build it. And he's from Avishkaar. And I'm telling you, I'm mighty proud of this tech company. They've scaled up to 15 crores in a few years.
Yes.
And they need all your support. They've launched a robotics product called Tweak. It's for the education industry. They've got 700 schools signed up, right? So we're also going to build you a robot. Hi, welcome to the show.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
And how was the trip from Delhi?
Foggy.
Foggy?
Yep.
Flight delays?
Absolutely, for 6 hours almost.
But I like the spirit, your spirit, man. I mean, we've been planning this for a couple of weeks now, and the fog didn't stop you, and you're here.
Well, you got to do what you got to do.
Yes, and talk about that quickly before we build you a robot. I want you to tell the audience that, it's taken you a few years to get a 15 crore, a lot of hardship.
Absolutely.
You had a great job with Microsoft in America.
Yeah.
You had to leave that, come here.
Yes.
And why choose India?
Oh, well, first of all, very intuitively, it's my mother country, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you do think about, doing some work in your own country where you can actually make a difference and you can create some impact.
Correct.
But secondly, on hindsight, that was primarily the reason that, family and the fact that it's India and I wanted to be close to home. But on hindsight, if I now look at it, I think there is, what other place would you like to be in? I mean, 1 billion odd people.
A billion odd people with a billion dreams, but unfortunately, we look for icons rather than learn how to become icons ourselves, right?
Oh, well, I have a very, that's a very interesting segue to why I started this company. I think we are always looking for icons because we probably have not been shown a path to follow to kind of create products or, launch companies. And that's the reason we started Avishkaar. We wanted to show people how to do stuff which is next generation, which is technology, which is futuristic.
Right.
So, once you give them the tools, you can't stop them.
It's amazing. So let's build the robot and let's get into the problems of EdTech, what you're solving. Let's quickly go on. What is this called? Okay, guys, we have a lot of boards here. Bear with us. He's going to build it for you. Tell me, what is this?
This product in together, all the different parts of it.
It's called the Tweak.
The Tweak, that's
okay.
right.
It's a robot set for less than maybe 10,000 rupees.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's right now we priced it at $100.
And it comes like this with this beautiful box, and it's available on Android also.
Yes, there is an application available on Android.
On which you build the robot on.
Absolutely.
So you want to show us that demo quickly?
Yeah, very quickly. So just to give you a perspective, so this is the heart of the robot.
Okay.
So essentially anything that you connect to this ends up becoming the whole robot body. So this is a motor, we call it an action motor. I'm just going to connect it. So it's as simple as this. And if I wanted, I think you also need some hair trimming of the beard. So let's see if it can
That's
help.
interesting. Both of us need the trimming,
Yeah,
dude.
maybe, I can actually start. So it's not only a robot, it's essentially what you can dream, you can build. If that was one option I wanted to do, I could probably, and as young kids, I heard in one of your interviews, you are fond of RC cars.
Yes, very well. Thank you for doing your research. You're the first person who's actually seen my
I
life.
am persistent, right?
And yes,
So,
I love RC cars.
yeah, so why don't we make a quick one for you and show it for everyone? So, so those two motors are ready and we have a caster block which is ready.
Right.
So, should I try?
Yeah, you can try. I hope it doesn't fall off
Alright,
the...
we'll be a little particular.
There you go, yeah.
Right,
oh, yeah, beautiful.
so-
yeah, it's scary, man. Oh my god. It is really working. It's like it's come alive. It's like Frankenstein.
Well, it's fun, and it doesn't stop. Since you talked about Frankenstein, let me show you what else Frankenstein can do.
Okay. You can say hi. That's easy. But that's what your kids would love, right?
Absolutely. Kids, I've been working with kids for almost close to 8 odd years now, and they love motion, they love lights, they love sound.
Yes.
And if you can add, integrate programming into it, then there's a huge bunch of learning that is
What
happening.
exactly is this thing? It looks like a robot's face.
Absolutely. It is a robot space which can turn into various different forms and avatars. So let me just, do a quick one for you.
Yes,
so
please.
I think it's actually...
Let's set him up.
Yeah, set it up. So you see hi. It was just So I can select whatever. How are you feeling now?
I'm feeling happy, man. I'm with you.
Okay, but you were like this earlier, I guess.
Show me.
See.
Show me.
See. Yeah.
Well, it's going to do a facial recognition and all that. Don't tell me. That's funny. It's going to show me grumpy.
Oh well, yeah. I'm gonna make you see.
Take your time. Take your time. I think the audience is patient. I mean, they'll be pretty amazed with this.
Absolutely.
You're gonna make a face.
Yeah, you probably look like this.
That's
earlier,
amazing.
right?
Yeah. I thought I'm gonna delay you. There you go. You can see the sad face.
But once you saw a dude coming from Delhi, this is how you turned.
It all changed.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And I think in next life you may be like this.
Don't write me off. I'm not going to die as yet. But guys, I'm telling you, Tweak is an amazing product.
Absolutely.
A lot of hard work and R&D has gone in. Let's not take it lightly. It's not a toy by any means. It makes learning fun. This company has put in a lot of work. Let's talk about the basics of this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of electronics.
Absolutely.
And
Huge
it's homemade.
bit of- It's all homemade, PCBs, firmware, build, molds, anything that you can think about.
The dyes.
Absolutely.
Everything is local made
Absolutely
in India.
in India.
And you know, you've got to 15 crores revenues.
Yeah.
Now. That's I mean, the seminar. Talk about that first school that you sold this idea to, and how tough was it? They would have said, "Man, this guy's just come back talking nonsense. What does he talk about robotics?"
Yeah, I think it was basically it was definitely not singing to the core at that time. You might wanna put it like this.
Okay, done.
So when I started almost 2010, nobody had so AI, machine intelligence have actually ended up becoming buzzwords these days. But in 2010, no one was talking about AI, machine learning,
Yes.
and in general industry, and forget education sector.
Right.
But I was a maker as a kid, and I was persistent. So cracking schools is always tough, but it became easier once you persisted.
But Tarun, talk about your parents. I mean, did they inspire you to be a maker, or did you have?
Very interesting. I mean, I think. Sorry, I'm jumping
Please,
in.
please,
Yeah,
please.
basically, because that's a question a lot of people are struggle with. So I grew up in a family of Punjabi entrepreneurs, right? So my mama is an entrepreneur, my chacha is an entrepreneur, my aunt is an entrepreneur. So for me to be in the job sector was actually kind of looking let down. Letting them down. That I am not choosing the path of self liberation.
Correct, but they were not in technology. Believe
They
me.
were not in technology, but they gave me, my folks are just incredible. I mean, they given me all liberty and, to choose my path, to make U-turns, to make wrong decisions, but they had, that all steadfastly.
Did you
stood
make
next to me.
mistakes?
Oh, a lot of them. I mean, hardware in India, it's not for faint of heart. Hardware in India requires, if I'm not sure I can say that, but it requires balls, right?
It does require a lot of juggling.
Yes, it does. Hardware in
sure.
India, you have to figure out a supply chain. You have to find out. I mean, people would say one thing, they'll do another thing, and then finally, what will happen is a completely unbelievable thing.
Tell me. I mean, first school, how did you win it? First failure, how did you handle it?
So first school, how did I win it? It was a very small amount of business. It was like $6,000. So I ended up selling my profile rather than what really the spiel was Microsoft computer science engineer
University of Washington.
wants to make change. So principal literally I think she kind of thought, okay, there's this guy who's not asking a lot of money. He's only asking $6,000. I did a small workshop with kids.
Robotics workshop.
Yeah, robotics
That's
workshop.
So you practically started off as services to test the
Absolutely,
market.
absolutely. I mean,
How difficult was that journey?
that journey. So over a period of time, I have started to tremendously believe in the idea of focus. So the biggest challenge was, while you do services, it's very difficult. It's very easy for you to feel complacent when you are doing services. Revenues are coming in. You don't want to put in that kind of extra mile effort in product
Agreed.
which is required.
Agreed.
So you do want to always focus on let me keep my clients happy. And sometimes counterintuitive. In order to kind of develop awesome products, you have to probably push your services business on a backbench. You personally have to come out of it. Only then you can build it.
So talk about those first stages. Did you borrow from family to build this company?
Yeah, absolutely. The 3 F's, basically the friends, family, and fools. So I borrowed from friends in US, in India. My dad is very kind. He's still, he basically, kind of loaned me. I have interesting stories about it. What I would do is I'll keep my empty wallet on a dining table, and my dad would know that there's money that needs to be put into it.
Wow, you'd really do that?
Now, not, yes, but in the past it has happened.
But man, they're the only ones who won't F you out, man.
Yes, they
You
would
agree,
not.
right?
They would not.
You didn't raise money?
For the first few years, it was mostly friends, family, and my own savings, 35 lakhs of my own savings, then friends' money. I pulled almost 1 crore. But after that, a couple of years back, I did raise a pre-series A round. Yeah.
Okay, and how's the experience been since? And the school started using these kind of products?
Yeah.
For those of you joining in and those of you who have kids or planning to have kids, learning is important, continuous
Absolutely.
learning. Future is about AI, machine learning, and you got to pique the kids'
At the right age.
imagination,
Yeah.
right? At a younger age. And I think robotics is a great way. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Let's do another demo for those who've just joined us. Right?
Sure,
Come
sure,
on,
absolutely.
What do you want to build?
So what do I want to build now?
Do whatever takes
Okay,
your
I'm
fancy,
gonna
man.
I'm gonna build maybe a drill machine.
Yes,
Would that be
please.
okay?
Yeah, but
Yeah, or
let's not
maybe-
drill the table then.
No, I'm not gonna drill the table.
Because then
Believe me, and
Shraddha's
with the
gonna-
kids also, we don't intend to do that. So, or maybe a fan, right?
Let's build a
try.
fan, yeah.
Let's build a fan. Okay.
We built a beard trimmer, we built a Avishkaar, we built a robot with a smiley.
Yeah,
Let's see
and
what we can build now.
now maybe a fan. So
That's
it's
why
kind
you
of-
use these props, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see. I'll have to switch on my phone.
Yeah, switch it on. And it's an app, right? It's an Android
Yeah, it's an
and
app.
iOS app.
Yeah.
What's
And,
it called?
This is called Tweak Go. The
This
app
is
is
amazing,
called,
man.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Okay. I think it's
Maybe
getting
battery's
stuck.
down,
Yeah.
okay.
No, it's getting stuck. 1 second. So I just need to want to make sure that it's not.
Yeah. No, take your time. So guys, there you go.
You know, I am
You know-
actually feeling nervous right now. So this is kind of nice. Yeah.
The other thing you can do is if you have projects
Yeah.
and the teacher says, "Do you understand the Newton's wheel?"
Absolutely.
You can actually do the color.
Yeah,
put
the
it
color
up.
end, and you can mix the color ends
Right.
and end up becoming white or black.
Exactly, and I had a tough time in the old days. I had to go get a motor. I had to draw a cardboard thing and then stick it to the motor and do a windmill-like design.
Yeah.
But this is cool.
Yeah, and one thing which we have not even talked about is the fact that there are 5 different kind of sensors around it.
Okay.
So color sensors.
Do you want to build
IR,
another product to show us how they work?
yeah, I'll have to program it on my computer.
Okay,
I think
okay.
it's limited time.
So how many programs can you build?
A friend of mine who's a professor of artificial intelligence at IIT Delhi, he and I was sitting together and we calculated there are close to 1 million odd different designs.
Combinations on this?
Yeah, absolutely. 14 faces, 6 different parts, 14C6, you do the math, it's close to 7 million.
That's amazing. So the kids, even if parents help them build at least 100 of those,
Yeah.
it'd be amazing, right?
Absolutely. And it doesn't end there. Actually, we do have a whole range of products which take over from here. So
Okay,
basically,
what are they called?
So they're called light kit, full kit, X kit. So basically, the promise to the parents or to the children or to the schools is, once someone comes into our ecosystem at 5 years old, we have enough for them for 15. So in terms of you get them involved at this age where they're building blocks where logic is flowing, and then we let them out of our system so that they can move into the Arduino or the Raspberry Pi
You have the
spaces.
first audience question. This is
Yes.
Harish
Yes.
who asks us, what type of learning programs do you offer to kids? In schools or is it B2C?
So, we make products. There are partners who work with us who actually offer programs. That's how you scale. So, there are different levels of programs. So, you can offer coders club, you can offer mechanical design clubs, you can offer, sensors club, or you can offer open sources Arduino clubs. And our partners do that, whether it is in neighborhoods or in schools. One of the recent initiatives that we have started is something called Avishkaar maker spaces. Okay. So for younger kids, we are trying to set these up and then franchise them later.
So these are like maker spaces in the sense it's like a club, in like the old library club of old.
Absolutely.
But will it be neighborhood based?
Neighborhood based.
Or will it be more online community?
No. So neighborhood
Physical.
based, yeah. So basically, online community would be there. So there are going to be courses and curriculum online to support and augment. But the idea is any partner who signs up with us, say in Karnataka or in Andhra Pradesh,
He can franchise it out.
He can franchise it out. We created a model. Now it's up to them to.
So it's a revenue share kind of thing.
Absolutely.
How many franchises do you have?
So we're just launching this. So we have 3 maker spaces that we intend to set by end of this year.
3 maker spaces you want
Yeah,
to set, expand. You've got 700 schools.
Yes.
How many more schools do you want to go to?
I think there are lakh odd schools in the country, and the country needs as
So when
much
do
as
we
can.
find this beautiful tweak product?
April.
In April on Amazon.
On Amazon, on
Flipkart.
Flipkart, on Snapdeals of the world.
Toy shops.
Absolutely,
Hamleys.
Hamleys, yeah.
Right. I mean, building such a beautiful thing, designed and made
Yeah.
in India. How tough is that?
It is, so basically it's taken me 10 years to come to this time, but I do need to mention, I do have a very strong, exceptional team, and that has not happened because they have been, they came out from somewhere else. These are some of the students whom I taught myself when they were, 12 years old. Now they've become engineers and they have joined the company and they're turning the company around.
That's
So, people who have grown on working onto this system, they bring in certain kind of passion, love for what they do, and their inquisitive behavior right from kids because they went through experiences like this. It's making it easier. But yes, having said that, it's a tough cookie to crack. You have to build hardware, you have to set the supply chain order, you have to arrange money, you have to convince people, parents, schools.
Correct.
So it's like, dancing on every toe.
So you're distributing this independently. You don't have distributors distributing it, right?
So right now we do have channel partners who actually take it to the institutional channel level. But yes, currently we are not distributing it in say any retail stores for that matter.
I love science fiction, and I think most of the science fiction of yesterday. For example, H.G. Wells wrote War of the Worlds in 1898.
Yeah.
And Tom Cruise's movie came out a decade ago or something,
yeah.
right? And it's so real. 1898. Can you believe the vision that people have if you expose them to science? Right?
Absolutely.
And I think that's what our kids must learn to imagine, right? Through science, you can actually imagine. You can be creative. Creativity is not subject to sociologists also, or some kind of writer or whatever, right? You need to have exposure and grounding in some kind of things like robotics, right?
Absolutely. Think of it. For example, the kids who work on this, for them this is magical, right? I mean,
you want to show the RC car again because for those who have
so
joined
the magical part is the fact that there is literally logic traveling from these blocks. So who's stopping them to create their own programming blocks? So when I say programming blocks, what I really mean is I don't know if you remember that movie Transformers where so they were
the new one also.
Yeah, the blocks which were taking any shape.
Yeah, they were taking that's what you're doing. You're
the logic,
absolutely.
Right? It's a transformation, and the logic is traveling through these parts. You can't see wires, you can't see anything. So that's the whole fun.
I like that analogy that you made. Transformers is like you're creating the mind to shape things.
Yeah,
and that's what you're planning to do with.
Absolutely,
That's a chassis for you, and you can actually.
Yeah, that's a chassis for us. You can have a face of it. You want me to try it here?
Yeah, you can actually get the wheels moving.
Yeah,
you can show it to people.
Just sick. By the way, you can actually program it from Avishkaar Maker Studio.
Okay.
And
you can program it. Oh wow! And it moves beautiful.
Yeah, and if you want your RC car to say hello,
you might say. That's nice.
Kind of creepy, right?
That's
I think we need to work on the sound. Yeah.
So, but that's great. So the Japanese were the ones who inspired a lot of these mania around robots, and if you remember Robotech cartoons in the 90s, right? And Transformers before that.
Yeah,
and so why hasn't that exposure happened in India? I mean, is it also because of our socio-economic backgrounds, because we are more grounded on philosophy versus like sci-fi?
I think building hard. So I actually. It's an unrelated analogy, but I believe that as Indians we have not been extremely focused. Hardware or building beautiful products require a tremendous amount of focus. I would actually attribute to the philosophy part that in philosophy you can pretty much justify anything and everything. Whether you're not focused, also you can justify.
Yeah, those for the lazy ones. Yeah, the lazy ones will justify.
And but intellectual grounding actually gives them some good reason to kind of justify.
I think some of the best philosophers are mathematicians.
Yeah,
and that's because they've seen to what they've built or theories that they've got out, right? And I think that's important, and that's what we have to go after.
Absolutely. My personal favorite is Bruce Lee.
Okay, why do you say?
Bruce Lee says this wonderful thing. His quotation is, he says that I don't fear the guy who has 15,000 moves. I fear the guy who has practiced a single move 15,000 times.
I would tell you this. I don't know if you met my friend. I just heard the same comment a couple of weeks ago, but that's so true.
Yeah.
You must fear the guy who practices.
Absolutely.
Right.
And it's so easy for any child or any parent to justify or talk about something. It's much easier. But when you go out and building it, that's when the road hits rubber.
So guys, one time again, this is Tweak.
Absolutely.
The company is called Avishkaar. It's out there. It's retailing. It's on your website. You want to give your website's name?
Absolutely. It's avishkaar.cc, avishkaar.cc.
And your email ID for people to contact you?
Tarun.bhalla@avishkaar.cc again.
That's Bhalla with a double L.
Yes, that's right.
And parents write to them. Parents ask questions.
Absolutely.
They can tweak their product.
Yep.
You can order their product. Is it on pre-order?
Yes, on pre-order at Indiegogo right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's manufactured in Delhi, Bangalore?
Delhi.
Delhi, is it? You found a good manufacturer for this?
Oh, we are manufacturing it ourselves.
And the designs, and you have a good design agency or?
Oh, everything is done in-house.
In-house.
I believe in strong control. That's only the way you can actually.
And orange is a very vibrant.
Yeah,
sunshine
and that
kind of
absolutely that's our branding color also. It represents energy, it represents Josh, and that's what we stand for.
And I hope you guys, parents watching out there, or anybody wanting to play around, you don't have to be a kid to do this. You can also be 40 or 50 and you can check this out.
The way I say this is 5 to infinity. That's the
5 to
issue.
infinity. It has several combinations. Each one's a controller. So you can program a lot of things on this.
Yep.
You can also program it on. You can also self-program, right?
Yep.
As a maker, you can do things with this yourself.
So we are planning to open up the API for everyone to kind of build anything that they want to.
And this is the first edtech company in the maker space that's gone to 15 crores. There are a lot of drone companies that are trying similar models, but they've not. These guys have achieved it. Congratulations, Tarun.
Thank
and I
you.
hope the education industry takes you seriously around the world.
Yep.
And we wish you all the best from your story.
Thank you very much, Vishal.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. See ya. Take
And
care.
I'll see you soon with another RC car in a couple of months.
Pleasure. Hey, you're awesome, man.
Hey, you're awesome. It's still on live. Thank you for saying that.
I didn't say anything wrong though.
No, it's a compliment. Thank you.